All right, we've got a fun one for you. It's one of the very first hot sunny days out here in Nashville. So Miss Jenny and I are out here, so I thought I would read one called Melting Rocks and Melting Hearts. All right, here we go. The glory of the Lord looked down like consuming fire on top of the mountain. That's from Exodus 24:17. Whew, there's some powerful stuff happening in Exodus. We're going to talk more about that at the beginning of the school year next year, so look forward to that. All right, today we're talking about lava. Lava, it's the perfect ingredient for a Hollywood disaster movie. What do you think? Yeah? Have you ever seen people running away from hot lava? Whoa! But what is it? Lava is magma. Okay, you're saying, what's magma? Well, magma is super hot melted rock just like lava. So just call it lava. All right. You see, it's all about location. That means where it is, all right? Melted rock that's underground is called magma. Once it moves up above the ground, it's called lava. Lava usually comes from an erupting volcano, but it can also seep up through cracks in the Earth's surface. Have you ever seen pictures of a volcano erupting? It's pretty powerful. It's a pretty awesome thing. I remember when our group from our church went to Guatemala, they got to climb up the side of a volcano. It's a beautiful sight. It makes for really beautiful land around there, and a little shaky and a little unnerving as well. Lava can be thick and slow, moving only inches in a day, or it can be thin and it races downhill at 35 miles per hour. That's really too fast for lava to be moving, all right? That's kind of scary. It all depends on the amount of gas dissolved in the lava and the slope of the land it's moving down. All right, so think about it. If it's coming out and it's real thick, think about it kind of like ooey, like gooey syrup, okay? And it's kind of thick. But if it was, you watered down that syrup, it would go whoosh, down the hill. Ooh, man, scary stuff. Lava can be as hot. All right, are you ready? Who thinks it could be as hot as, let me see, when you bake a cake, what degrees do you put a cake in at? You guys know? Probably like 350, right? 350? Get ready for this. Lava can be as hot as 2,200 degrees. So think about how hot your oven is when you pull out a cake, right? The birds are so excited about this too. They're even wanting to hear all about lava. All right. As the hot lava hits the cooler air, it begins to harden into a kind of rock, igneous rock. The Hawaiian Islands, do you have any friends who live in Hawaii? We have some TVC kids who just moved. They lived in Hawaii for a while and then just moved back to the mainland. The Hawaiian Islands were formed by underwater lava piling up higher and higher until the islands rose out of the sea. So it started underneath the water, like here, and it just kept rising and rising and rising, and now you see the islands on top. That's a lot of lava, right? All right, just imagine, God is so powerful. He can melt rocks and then use those melted rocks to make islands. I love how science is. I love how science proves God. It shows you how God decided, okay, I'm gonna make an island. We'll start with lava and we'll build it up. It's kind of like, have you guys ever made volcanoes out of clay and then you put the baking soda and vinegar in there and it all kind of oozes out? Well, you didn't start by just putting it on a flat board, right? You made a mountain out of it. So God said, let's make the lava build up these rocks and make an island like Hawaii. I have ash going around me. There's not a volcano behind me, don't worry. But there's a fire pit behind me. I thought I would sit in the hottest spot of our property, right? And Isaiah had a fire there last night for his birthday, and he had some friends over, and so the ash is still blooming. Thinking about how much ash would be coming up if you're near a volcano. Whew. All right. But we're going to go back to talk about God and how powerful he is, that he can melt rocks and make an island. But God's even better at melting our hardened hearts. All right, have you ever felt like your heart is just hard because you can't see anything good? You could just see things that are wrong with other people, with your life, with the world. Your heart could get hardened then. That's what they call it. Your heart can get hardened so you can't see all the beautiful blessing that God is creating for us. A love so big, there's enough for every single person on earth, is what 2 Peter says. A love so strong that nothing can tear it away from you. That's what God gives. A love so powerful that God sent his own son, Jesus, to die and to save you. Let God's love melt your heart as you follow him every day. God can melt our hearts with love. He could take that hard heart and melt it into something that sees the beauty of the Lord, sees the power of the Lord, sees the glory of the Lord. You guys, think about that volcano. Think about the love just erupting out of you when you let God melt your heart and heart. Can you guys do that? I know you can. I hope that gave you a good visual. I hope when you see a picture of lava, you'll think about that love just coming out of you. It's such a beautiful thing. I wanted to give you, let me see, here's another fun fact for you. Are you ready? There's actually a super volcano underneath Yellowstone National Park that has enough magma in it to fill up the Grand Canyon more than 11 times. Oh my goodness. But don't worry. Scientists think its chances of erupting are about 1 in 700,000. So still go to Yellowstone Park, still visit the Grand Canyon. But could you imagine? God created something so powerful and so big. If he can do that, he surely can help us see his beauty and his love, because he loves you so very much. And I love you too, and I'm going to see you guys very, very soon. All right, see ya.